You are listening to Visionaries Wrestling Network, providing your perfect podcast experience.
M is for Mason.
G is for Graham.
B for Betcha.
This is the MGB Wrestling Podcast, the podcast with PG-rated material accessible to wrestling fans of all ages. Hi, my name is Mason, and here's proof that wrestling fans still live with their parents, my co-host, my dad, Graham.
Alright, so Sunday, March 3rd, we went to WWE FAIRFAX for a second time. I think Jackson's been talking about it all year. No, Matt, we didn't stop and get a remote control robot because he already asked me on Good Cop, Bad Cop. But what moments did you enjoy? Alright, Jackson, start us off. Can you tell us one of your moments for WWE FAIRFAX?
Betcha.
That was it? Just Braun Strowman?
We should take it in turns, right?
We are going to take it in turns. So you're going to go first, then Mason, then Daddy.
We can do one.
What about Braun Strowman? Just that you saw him? That was it?
Yeah. Then we can go around doing one more moment, and then we can do another moment.
You haven't even given me one moment yet. You just said two words. You said Braun Strowman. How about what your moment actually is? Why do you pick Braun Strowman?
And because you won, now my...
Who did he win against? Hold on. You just said you wanted to take it in turns, and you just gave me a second moment. Okay, remember, no one's seen this because it's not been on TV, okay? That's why we're doing this, okay? This was a house show, so this was the day before Raw. So who did Braun Strowman face?
Mr. McMahon.
That would have been brilliant if that was true. I think it might have been Baron Corbin, actually.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, and you're right, Braun Strowman did win, so what did he do to help him win? Because you were super excited by this.
A table.
He was a table.
Got a table out.
You got a table out, okay.
Everybody was
that was
table.
It. So he could. So you were singing table.
Dad,
table.
Look.
Yeah, there's a wheel on TV. No one's interested in that. Okay, so we got a table out. So did he just make some dinner on that table? Did he put a placemat out?
No.
Okay, what did he do with the table then?
Jumped on top of him.
He jumped on top of him?
No, throwed it, right?
Okay, yes, he threw him through the table. Alright, do you want to give us your second moment, Jackson?
I like Tion there.
Who's Tion? Because nobody knows who Tion is. I didn't even know who Tion was. Tion was your friend, yeah. You knew him from daycare. We saw him when he first came up the steps because he waved to you, and then we actually moved seats. We actually moved to the back because the people on our row kept wanting to come in and switch seats and go and get popcorn and come back. So we moved to the back row, and then at the intermission when we went out, we saw him again, and he came and gave you a big hug. All right, did you think of a third moment that you liked from WWE FAIRFAX?
Then I like to.
All right, shall we?
I liked the Finn Balor did that, and he was still champion.
Oh, so you like Finn Balor's entrance music, and you
And
like the fact that he was still champ. Now, who did he beat then, so he could stay champion?
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley, yeah. And was Bobby Lashley with anybody?
Yeah, Leo Rush.
He was with Leo Rush as well. That's right. All right, so that was your three moments.
Yeah.
All right, shall we hear what Mason's moments were?
Yeah.
All right, Mason, what have you got then?
I like the Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, and Revival match. The whole match, it was like they pinned them, and then they started, and then they pinned the Revival, and then they kept kicking out, and then it was like that happened a lot. I just thought it was a really good match.
So it was an attempted pinfall.
Yeah, attempted.
So if they pinned him, it sounds like it was about 10-9. I actually commented to somebody else, this is the best match I've ever seen Bobby Roode and Chad Gable in. Obviously on Raw, they don't get a chance to do full matches because of the time constraints. I think they're legitimate title contenders now, which I didn't really think that before. Super excited. This was the first match.
Yeah.
To me, this might have actually been the best match. In terms of the excitement level, there were so many false finishes. I couldn't tell who was going to win.
Second moment and the third moment.
Anyway, he just did one, so he's going to do his next one. All right. Oh, look at this. I don't even need to be here anymore. Jackson's doing
I
the
really like
continuity.
doing the Balor entrance. I think that was the first time I ever got to do the Finn Balor entrance.
I don't remember any other ones where we've been to. I don't think he was... I think that might have been when he was injured that first time. Remember when he had the Universal title and then he had to give it up because of injury? I think that was the Raw when we were there. So I don't think he was there at that one. So yeah, I think this is probably the first time we've had to do it.
Yeah, he was not there.
I would agree with it. Now, we should also say...
At the first one we went to.
We have the WWE music on in our car sometimes, and when that plays, we do that as well, don't we, when we're travelling? So we do like that song, that's for sure. All right, what about your first moment then? Or your number one moment?
Mason.
I like that Braun Strowman, he slammed Corbin through the table for a 3 count.
Oh, it looks like you guys are on the same page right there. What a surprise that little boys like doing Finn Balor dances and seeing people going through tables. All right, my 3 moments then, and I try to think of something slightly different from you guys, although I'm slightly agreeing with you. One of them was something pretty unusual. We actually got to see Lacey Evans actually wrestle. Normally she just walks out, and actually she did the same thing again this week. Walked out, went straight back out again. And she did actually wrestle, and I predicted Lacey Evans would win this one, because Jackson and I were doing a little contest. It was against Natalia and Dana Brooke, who we haven't really seen much of. I said straight away she wouldn't win clean, and she didn't particularly win clean. She came in, and she got a pinfall. I have never seen anyone leave the arena so quick. As soon as she got it, everyone else was hanging around, high-fiving the crowd. I know that's not her thing, but she just went, did a quick walk and was straight out of there. Kind of the speed that Ronda Rousey walked into Raw on Monday. That was the speed that she left at. What else was I going to pick as one of my moments? Oh! Merchandise. Last time we went, we got some autographs. We managed to get John Cena's autograph because Jackson knew who that was because you didn't really know many wrestlers at that time. We got AJ Styles from Mason. And who did we get this time? Who's on your wall right now?
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman. And it's a big autograph as well, which fits with his character. Big letters for the B and the S for Braun Strowman. And yeah, it looks good in your room. $20. I think it's, like you said, it's much bigger than the 8x10s. Yeah. It's a really nice picture. It's a huge autograph. Obviously, it would be nice if you could see him sign it yourself, but I think it makes that match more memorable now that we have a souvenir of it, and I think we'll remember him slamming Baron Corbin through that table. My 3rd moment, I couldn't really think of anything for this one particularly, but I remembered one thing that did stand out for me in the match that you guys talked about Finn Balor. Leo Rush came on the microphone, and everyone was booing him to begin with, and then actually he announced that he was from this area, and he mentioned he'd been in Fairfax before, and like, oh wow, and he was actually sounded really face-like, because Sanjay Dutt comes out and talks about how he's from this area. I know, I think it's Ricochet who's also from this area, and things like that. And we're like, oh right, wow, Leo's really coming out face. And then he says, but I managed to get out of this stinking place, pretty much, and he turned into Elias. But I like the fact that Leo actually turned the crowd around, because everyone hated him, and then everyone loved him, and then everyone hated him again, and then he was normal Leo afterwards. We got to see Leo wrestle a little bit, but I really want to see him just on 205 Live, or just wrestling as a singles person.
Yeah.
I don't like him. It was the same match we've seen multiple times, because it was that handicap match. Alright, any bonus moments that you guys can think about? Anything else that we did, or we saw that you want to talk about?
Coach Gator and Sean.
We did. We saw Coach Gator there, and we saw Sean from Squared Circle Sound Off podcast as well.
I liked when he said, I like my belt.
There was a guy, yeah, you got commented, because you had the spinner belt, Mason had his Intercontinental Championship belt, and one of the security guards there actually challenged you to a match, didn't he? Somebody else said, hey, I like your belt, because he had the big proper belt, didn't he? He had the really expensive one, several $100s, and you had your spinner belt. See, I told you, everyone likes a spinner belt. That was really cool. But yeah, that security guard was funny. He challenged another little kid to a match as well. And, I thought that was good.
Jackson really liked when Braun Strowman got the kendo stick and snapped it in half.
Whoa, you like that? Alright, any other things that you guys can think of? Oh, I'll tell you one of my moments. This was actually going to be my 3rd moment, and I couldn't remember it, which is why I picked Leo Rush.
Yeah,
we actually got to see Sasha Banks defend a title. There's not many people who can actually say that. Normally she's famous for winning it and then losing it straight away on the first defense. Now, it wasn't the first defense, but I do really like that. Is it Hug and Boss connection? Something like that. Or Boss and Hug connection? Wrong way around.
Yeah.
I really like that team. There was also a little kid in the crowd who got sort of picked up, and they did a selfie with them. They had tons of high fives giving them out as they were coming in and out. Yeah, I really like that team. I thought that was really cool. All right, anything else you guys can think of? Sasha and Bayley. They even had the Bayley buddies as well, the ones that go up in the air, because I didn't think they'd have them at a house show, because I didn't think there was enough room. But they had that as well. Anything else? And also, it didn't finish too late, so we could actually stay for that last match, because it was Sunday, it was a school night. I think it finished about 7:55, so that's like perfect timing. 3-hour show. I thought that was pretty good for a house show.
Yeah.
Probably a 10-15 minute. We went and got our autographs. We did a quick walk around. He decided he wanted popcorn, and then we hear, hi, my name is Elias. But anyway, we managed to get back in time. We saw his song, so...
The
we heard
mic
his
were
song.
terrible.
Then
the mic.
You couldn't hear too much of what they were saying.
Yeah, that wasn't very good. That reminded me of certain more independent house shows, and some cadences that wasn't so good. You thought of something else, little buddy?
I did not like when somebody attacked him.
Attacked who? Oh, Elias?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Well, actually, Elias attacked the other person. It was Apollo Crews. So, actually, they sang a good song together. I'm thinking it was
I liked it.
like
Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Oh, Knocking on Heaven's Door. That was it. I was going to say like a Rolling Stone. Yeah, you're right. The Bob Dylan song. I picked the wrong song. But yes, no, I thought that was pretty good. But no, it was actually Elias who started the naughty stuff on that one. Okay, anything else from you guys? I think we covered a lot, actually.
Bye.
Because originally I was going to tell you each match and ask if you had any comments, but I think we did pretty good, actually. All right. Thank you, Jackson, for reviewing with us again. And good job on your show last week as well. Thank you. Mason needed somebody to take over. JGB went down really well. All right, we got a special guest for you, Jackson. This is your first ever Are You Smarter Than a 5-Year-Old? Because you're not 4 anymore, right? So we can't do those anymore. And we got a guest from the Blade Job Show. We've got Trash Can. And we got a special quiz for him today. Today's quiz, I found on Complex.com in 2013 the top 25 trash-talking wrestlers of all time. Now, Jackson didn't know what that was. Can you remember what a trash talker is now, Jay?
They talk mean.
They talk mean. There you go. That will work perfect, okay? And of the 25...
I'm going to start a ring on you. I'll have to... Where's my muscles?
Were you doing some trash talking there? Nice job, little buddy. I like that. So we have 25 people. What I want to know, though, is are these people in the top 10 of all time according to that list? So I'm going to give you a name, Trash Can, and I think the normal formula for this is 1 rattle for yes and 2 rattles for no, or if you're going to say the name, and I guess we'll figure out after your first answer how you're actually going to do this, okay? Jackson, Trash Can's going to answer first, and then it's going to be your turn, okay? Does that sound good? I already know the answers because I wrote the quiz down, so I'd probably get 8 out of 8 on this, okay? All right, first one. Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Trash talker.
Hey, you got to wait. Trash Can's going first. That sounded like 1 rattle to me, okay? So he's saying yes. All right, Jackson, what are you saying? You saying yes, he's a trash talker?
Yeah.
All right. We'll keep going until the end, and then we'll come back with the answers, okay? All right, next one. Chris Jericho. He's going 1 rattle again, okay? What do you reckon, Jay? Trash talker or no trash? Not in the top 10.
Trash talker.
You think he's a trash talker as well? Okay. Yeah. Number 3, Dusty Rhodes. Okay, Trash Can says no. Do you think he's in the top 10, Jay?
No.
Oh, you had the same answers as Trash Can here? Okay. Well, you're going to have the same score at the end probably then, aren't you? All right, we'll see. You might change later. All right, number 4, Hulk Hogan. That sounded like 2 rattles to me, so he says no for that one. All right, Jay. Top 10 or not top 10?
Top 10.
You going top 10? Okay. Number 5, Jesse the Body Ventura. He says yes for that one. Okay. Jackson, top 10 or not top 10?
Top 10.
You going top 10 again? Okay. Next one, Macho Man Randy Savage. Trash Can says yes. Top 10 or not top 10?
Not top 10.
You going not top 10? Okay. All right. Number 7, The Miz. Okay, Trash Can says no. All right, Jackson, top 10 or not top 10? The Miz.
Top 10.
You going top 10? Okay. And last one, Rowdy Roddy Piper. Okay, Trash Can says no, because I heard 2 rattles. Jackson, top 10 or not top 10?
Top 10.
You going top 10? Okay.
Can I see my scores, Dad?
I'm going to show you your score in a second. Have you heard of Rowdy Roddy Piper? Have you heard of Rowdy Ronda Rousey? Okay, so you've heard of... I didn't think you'd have heard of Roddy Piper. All right, let's see how you guys actually did then. Okay, question 1 was Bobby Heenan. He was actually 9th, so you both got that question right. So it's 1-1. Second one was Chris Jericho, who is 5th all time, and you both got that correct, so 2-2. Dusty Rhodes was 17th, and you both got that correct, so that's 3-3. Number 4 was Hulk Hogan, who is in 11th place. Ooh, that was kind of close. Trash Can got that one, you didn't. So 4-3 to Trash Can right now. Next one was Jesse the Body Ventura. They had him last, 25th. I was really surprised by that one. So that was no. You guys both said yes. That was my kind of trick one to mess with you. Trash Can still 4-3 up. Number 6 was Macho Man Randy Savage, who was 12th on that list, so you got that one right, Jay. So it's 4-4 now. Number 7 was The Miz. This was a really tough one. The Miz is 10th place on that list, so he is top 10. Jackson, you just took a lead. That's 5-4. The last one was Roddy Piper, and you did have both different answers, so there is a chance that Trashcan could tie it. Roddy Piper is 4th all-time on that list. Therefore, Jackson, I declare you the winner. You got 6. Trashcan got 4, so... Sorry, Trashcan. I'm afraid you are not smarter than a 4-year-old. I don't know if Trashcan has any comments for that.
I'm smarter than Trashcan.
I don't know if his translator's coming in or not.
I'm smarter than you.
Alright, he's waiting for us. Okay, tell me what you just said. You said that you're...
I'm smarter than Trashcan.
You're smarter than a trash can. I guess that's right, buddy. I guess that's right. Normally I would ask you to promote your stuff, but that might be a little difficult for you, Trash Can. I know we can find you definitely on at the Blade Job Show. We can find you individually on at, I'm hoping it's Steel Trash Can. I don't think there's a the for that one. Yes, we got that one right. At Steel Trash Can. And I think that promotes everything as well. Unless there's anything you'd like to send to your translator now to send to us. I heard 2 rattles. Ooh. Still going. Still going.
Thank you again for having me.
Thank you very much, Trash Can.
Thank you, Trashcan, for being on the 205 Live.
Hey, we're not on 205 Live now. Which one are we on now?
205 Bill.
No, we're on MGB Wrestling Podcast. We're just stealing a segment from Mason's show. Hey, thank you very much, guys. We really appreciate that. Alright, Mason. Jackson did watch, but it was time for his bath time, so... What are your moments then? What are your top 3 moments then from Raw this week?
My third moment is Roman got his hair cut.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. It used to go it used to go to down to his ribs, but now it goes to his shoulders.
Oh.
I think he must have cut it while he was getting his cancer treatment.
I guess so. Yeah, I didn't notice that at all. I'm not very observant with things like that, though.
Yeah.
I love all the things of wrestling, and you pick his haircut. And that was your top 3 moment. You always pick ones that are way out there. I did not notice that at all. Mm-hmm. Alright, what was your second moment then? I suppose that wasn't your number 1 moment, actually.
The guardrails weren't black. I'm just kidding. The Heavy Machinery beat the B Team, the Ascension, and then beat Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Almost. I put Kurt, and then I was thinking of Kurt Angle, because I've been watching a lot of him. Kurt Angle, he said that he had a gimmick that USA stands for you submit to Angle.
Oh, yeah, I didn't watch it at
that.
I didn't watch it at that point.
I like
Was that when it was on TNA? Or was that WWE?
That was WWE.
Oh, I wonder what year that was. I don't remember that at all.
I don't really remember. It was 5 or 6.
2005? Yeah, that was when I was...
I know he was in 2006, he was in ECW.
Okay, yeah, around that time, I didn't really watch that. I was back in the States, but I was doing other things at that time.
There's, 06, he had to get his neck.
Yeah, he had surgery. Yeah. Oh, talking about a number of people with neck injuries, with Paige and Tommaso Ciampa
Edge.
Edge, oh god, it seems to be really bad for things like that.
I guess he gets suplexed a lot.
Yeah, it can certainly happen. All you mentioned was Heavy Machinery winning. Anything specific on that?
It was
or just the fact that they won 3 people?
Beat all 6 people.
They did, and that was actually, when we were trying to think in the previous segment, this was the match we didn't talk about, and I actually did like the fact that Heavy Machinery looked really good. Otis in particular, we saw him do the Caterpillar, and he actually did the Caterpillar again on Raw. I really like that. I think that's really cool. Previously, we've just seen them talking.
And he's not copying Scotty Too Hotty either.
Nope, because it's the Caterpillar and not the Wimp. So it's slightly different. I would agree with that. Alright, anything else?
Leo got rammed straight through the barricade by Braun Strowman.
He did. I had that as one of my good cop moments. I thought that was brilliant.
I know it's happened before, but that's been on pay-per-views. Another thing, I was watching the best pay-per-view matches, so Braun Strowman ran Brock Lesnar through the barricade. He picked him up, slammed him through one table, slammed him through another, and then he got placed on one table, and then Braun Strowman dived on him. It was like put through 3 tables and ram through a barricade, but you still win. That's kind of hard to do.
The thing I liked about that more than anything was just the size differential between those two. Braun Strowman's probably one of the biggest people on Raw. Obviously, if you take out people like Big Show or Mark Henry. And Lio Rush has probably got to be the smallest person who's on there. In terms of weight, he can't be much more than 150, I don't think. But yeah, it's even if he was 205, that would still be a huge difference. Braun Strowman's got to be at least twice his weight.
He's 382 pounds.
Yeah, Strowman I know is 380. Lio Rush is no way is he 190, so he's not even half of that weight. Yeah, hopefully he... I could have easily injured Lio Rush. Anything could have happened with that. Now, I'm shocked, actually. Do you have any bonus moments? Because there was one thing I thought for sure that you would talk about, and you managed to avoid it. All right, so as a big Roman Reigns fan, you weren't even slightly interested that the Shield are getting back together one more time?
Sort of.
That didn't make it.
What I saw was that Dean wanted to be alone.
But then at the end, they all came together again.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So they were kind of teasing it, but it looks like they are going to give it one more go.
I don't know. I am happy about that.
Now the only question is it a real thing? See, you thought, and I thought as well that it's a work, and we don't think Dean Ambrose is actually leaving because the way they're putting the story together right now is the Shield are coming back for one last time because they don't know when they're going to get a chance to do it again. And after WrestleMania, they haven't talked really about Dean leaving on the show, but they've talked about it on Twitter and things like that. So it would only be for like a month anyway, but.
I love the Shield.
I'm quite happy for the Shield to be back together. I liked how they teased it as well. They didn't just immediately put them together at the start. There was a few things that went wrong, and then they're all coming together. Alright, what about top 3 moments for SmackDown then? What about your third moment?
So, R-Truth issues a U.S. Championship Open Challenge, and then Lacey Evans comes out. I got excited. Intergender match.
Well, we talked about this as well. Like, if she's wrestling at WWE FAIRFAX, does that mean she's getting ready to come on Raw this week? Or...
Yeah, I think so.
And she didn't wrestle on Raw, so we're like, oh, could be. Perhaps she is coming out. And yeah, she didn't. She just walked back out again. But okay, anything else particular in that match, or just the fact that you like the idea it could have been intergender?
Well, it ended up that Samoa Joe came out, then Rey Mysterio, and then
Andrade.
I forgot his name. I was just deciding if it was Cien Almas or Andrade.
I had to think for a second as well with 3 names, and I'm trying to remember which of the 3 names was correct.
It ended up that I thought R-Truth would definitely win it, but Samoa Joe won.
I'm happy Joe won.
I don't like that. I think he's like more of a bigger title person. Not like
he hasn't won anything. This is the
low.
first title he's had on WWE. Think how many times he lost to AJ for the...
I thought he beat Brock Lesnar once.
Not for the
Universal.
Not for the Universal title.
For real?
No,
This
he
is
hasn't
the
held
first
anything.
title ever?
Yeah, he's like 0 for I don't know how many. He was putting up a bagel until this match. So I gotta say, I thought he deserved it. He's a great character.
Yeah.
And for him to not win anything before, I'm not sure how long he's going to hold that title for. We'll have to see.
You remember the quiz we had with Matt about the title or no title? Mm-hmm. That would have been a good one too.
I knew he hadn't won one just because I know they always put him in, and then he always loses. He gets another chance, and he loses again. And they just put him in time after time. And yeah, I kind of felt bad for him in the end, not to win one time. But yeah, no, I thought he was deserving of that. I thought that was good that R-Truth got something as well, because his character's been good. I thought it was funny. I thought his role was funny and reminiscent about John Cena and things like that. So, no, I certainly like that. All right, number 2 moment.
Rey Mysterio did a Canadian Destroyer to Andrade.
Mm-hmm.
That was like cool. I thought Canadian Destroyers were banned though.
That's a good point, actually. That is a good point. I thought that, I think you're right. I thought that was one of the banned moves. Could be, of course, they took it off that banned list. But yeah, for WWE, I thought that was a banned move as well. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. So what was the one where did we see the... that was on our WrestleGate Pro, wasn't it? The one in Nottingham. We saw a similar move there. And we've seen him on MLW as well. because Teddy Hart does a variation of that as well.
And
But
then,
yeah, no, you're right.
obviously, Petey Williams does.
No, you might be right. I'm trying to think of another example of a Canadian destroyer recently while we've been watching. I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah, no, I can't think of it. I actually love this whole match.
Yeah.
I said it was fantastic. I liked having the 4 people there. I don't normally like fail 4-ways, but I thought this was a really good one. I would have no problem if they suddenly said, hey, we're going to do it again. I don't normally like repeat matches, but I thought for this one it worked really well. I thought it was a good combination of people.
Yeah, I think it was last week that you said that you'd show me the Eddie Guerrero-Brock Lesnar match.
Uh-huh.
And I watched it, and it was okay. And you got very mad at me for that.
Well, you said it was a 5-star match, and you said 5 out of 10.
Yeah, it was okay.
I don't know what to do with you. Yeah, you're not watching any more Eddie Guerrero.
I still think so that Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle is better.
Okay, alright. Okay, number one moment. Like I say, you always come up with out there opinions. That's why we do this. We have generational differences.
Kevin Owen calls Rowan a 7-foot backup dancer.
I thought that was hilarious. I missed that. I don't think they had that on mine. I made the comment that I heard him talk about Daniel Bryan being a jackass, and I thought that was kind of funny. But I think I can say that.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, that probably wasn't on yours then. Because he said, oh, like, you're like really low, you're like a commoner. And he's like, I don't care about that. It's like, I agree. I'm with the fans, and I agree that we think you're a jackass. And I thought that Kevin Owens had some really good lines, actually. I'd forgotten how good his promos are. I was annoyed that he replaced Kofi, but actually I think his mic work is way stronger.
I remember that Kurt Angle and Stone Cold Steve Austin had a big argument, and so Stone Cold started off with J.A., and then Kurt Angle said Hero, and then they kept arguing over and over and over again. It was really funny.
No, I thought that was really good. I thought KO had some good lines.
I have a bonus moment.
Sure, go ahead.
So when Ricochet and Aleister Black walk out, usually it has like WWE on the side, but it actually still has NXT. Are they on the Raw roster or not?
They're supposed to be on the Raw roster. Ricochet got pulled from an event in New York, I think it was, and they replaced him with Velveteen Dream because they didn't want him getting injured. Now he's on the main roster, and I think I want to say it's Evolve Wrestling. I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, I thought you said Progress.
Oh, was it? I thought it was Evolve, unless I said it wrong to you first time. Anyway, I'm not sure. And no, so basically it looks like they are up, and yeah, it was kind of surprising that seeing wearing a T-shirt that said NXT. Yeah, I honestly don't know that.
It was like on his like when you have the name too, it said NXT too.
Oh, that I didn't notice. Okay, yeah, I don't know then. My understanding was they are up, and I'm still confused as to why they're on both brands though. They wrestle on Raw and they wrestle on Smackdown right now.
And same thing with Sasha and Bayley. They're obviously on the main roster, but yet they're still fighting SmackDown, Raw, and NXT.
Well, you missed that one. I think that was one I watched with Jay, but they said that they're defending that belt on all platforms right now. Because that was the argument. Like, if you were on Raw, then how would SmackDown ever get the title except for pay-per-views? So that's the deal, that they can go wherever they like. I like that. That comes up with some totally different matches. I'm not quite sure who they face as a women's tag team right now on NXT.
I don't even... Yeah, the same thing.
Could be the Two Horsewomen, perhaps?
There used to be the Riot Squad, but now there's like Io Shirai and that gang. But
they could put two singles people together.
Yeah, well, I don't really know many...
Like, you put one of the Japanese women together with Mia Yim, I think that would give them a good match as well. I can't remember who she fights with. It might be Io Shirai, like you said. I know they don't really like each other, but can you imagine if it was Toni Storm and Rhea Ripley? That would be a great match as well.
I was thinking of Toni Storm and Io Shirai.
Okay. So, so they can go wherever they like as well. I don't know, perhaps they are mixing it up. There is talk, of course, once that new Fox deal comes in at the end of the year, that they're going to go down to one roster anyway. So it might just be academic, and they might just be starting to mix these all things, mix them together.
Fox
it's November, I think it is, when SmackDown moves to, is it Thursday or Friday? I can't even remember.
That's horrible for podcasting.
That could definitely make a difference in how we do things. Like, if you wait for between Raw and SmackDown, there's a big gap in between.
I think we're thinking about doing last week's SmackDown and this week's Raw.
I think you'd have to do it the other way around, probably. Yeah, I don't think it would work. Or, I don't know. Or you release on a Tuesday after Raw.
And it would help, because I'm usually come at home at like 6 o'clock, 6:30, and so I could watch SmackDown easily. I just have to find a time to watch
If it was on Friday, then you'd obviously be able to stay up or you'd be able to watch it early in the morning on a Saturday morning if it was on Friday. So, I don't know. I know there's a few changes coming, but we'll have to see how that plays out exactly. All right, anything else from SmackDown or from Raw or from WWE FAIRFAX? Now you've had time to think about it?
No.
All right, I think that'll do it then for this week.
It's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him.
Goodbye.
Music was Zigzag by Kevin MacLeod at incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0, http://creativecommons.org/licenses/by/3.0/.